For the third consecutive week, we will be broadcasting a game in which both of the teams are looking for their first win of the season. Of course, 2 weeks ago at Macon County, it was the first game of the year, so somebody had to win that one. Last week, Central and Fulton both came into the game with a record of 0-1. Central won that game, and this week, as the Falcons play their first region game of the year, the Falcons and the Anderson County Mavericks are looking for their first win of the season. Now, what makes it interesting is Anderson County that first week played Powell and was leading late 18-7 when the weather came about and stopped the game, and they didn't finish it. So it was a no contest. So even though Anderson County was winning that game, it did not count. So Anderson County comes into this game 0-1, and the Falcons come into this game with a record of 0-2. Russell May set to bring you the live play-by-play broadcast. Good evening and welcome to Anderson County High School. Just a beautiful night for high school football in East Tennessee, and along with Parker Hall and Manny McNish. And guys, for the Fulton Falcons, a tough way to open for the second year in a row region play on the road at Anderson County, who has reloaded.
Yeah, definitely. We're talking to some of the faithful who were here while we were setting up, and they said they're definitely down from when they've been in years past. But, I mean, ball don't lie. You saw that game against Powell. They've still got some threats on that field.
Yeah, you know, you've got a lot of people here. They want to support Anderson County. You know, this is what they have. They've seen a bunch of state championships. But just because a bunch of people are here, that just means that you have a lot of chances to shock some people.
And I think for the Falcons, a big disappointment last week. They just didn't play well against the Central Bobcats, and really that began on the opening kickoff. when Central took the opening kickoff back to the house, and really at that point the game was all over. Tonight the Falcons have got to find a way to stay in it and try to find a way to make some things work. Last year when the Falcons played here, they played Anderson County off their feet for the better part of 3 quarters and just came up short as Anderson County was able to pull away at the end. It's going to take an effort like that and more tonight if the Falcons want to try to get this victory.
Yeah, and definitely you got to have your defense play a full 4 quarters. You give up 48 points in week 1, 48 points week 2, and then, Russell, if you look back, how many points did Anderson County score last year when we visited? 48.
Yeah, 48. Yeah, it's the
So if we can keep them under that mark, there might be something cooking here.
Yeah, and the offense is going to play a big role in that. You can't give the defense can't put the defense in a bad spot. You've got to drive the ball, and you've got to be able to get something done on the offensive side of the ball.
And the message to the team this week in film was, we can show you are doing some good things. It's just got to be more consistent, and it can't be 20% of the time that you're doing the right thing. It's got to be closer to 80 or 90% of the time if you want to have a chance to win. And that's definitely what this football team focused on this week in practice. It's a tough battle as the Falcons get ready to take on the Anderson County Mavericks. Anderson County last week lost on Rivalry Thursday to Catholic, and they come into this game with a question mark at quarterback. J.D. Gillum, the coach's son, everyone here very excited about him getting an opportunity to start as a freshman. He went down with an injury and didn't finish the game. So for Anderson County, they have some questions on offense.
Yeah, definitely. And, with freshman quarterback, that's always something you've got to worry about that first game getting injured, because going from middle school ball to high school ball, the size discrepancy between what you're seeing on defense is night and day. So injuries on a young quarterback are not totally unheard of, but you always hate to see it happen this early in the season because it can really derail your plans from the offseason.
So a lot of question marks around both of these football teams as region play opens. And we call this the region of death because Anderson County has not lost a region game, I think, since the Obama administration. And they've run off a run of success. Of course, Alcoa's in the region, Gibbs, Heritage, South Doyle's undefeated. It's just going to be a tough battle in every region game this year.
Yeah, you look at it going forward and you think, South Doyle last year was the game you kind of had circled to where, new coaching staff down there, you thought like that was an easy one, and they've really turned it down around there.
Captains are meeting in the center of the field, and it appears that Anderson County has won the toss. And we will get the indication. I would imagine Anderson County will want to receive. And that will be the case. Anderson County has won the toss, and they will elect to receive the football as we get ready to start this football game.
Yeah, you don't want what happened last week to happen again.
You got to cover the kick. And trust me, they've worked on that. They've worked on that this week. So Fulton will be kicking off to Anderson County. So glad that you have joined us, as we said, on a beautiful Friday night for high school football. And before we kick off, we want to take a moment to honor the memory of a Fulton High School legend who passed away this week. And sadly, we've had to report these kind of things too often here in the last couple of weeks. Brenda Black, the wife of Coach Bob Black, passed away this week, and anyone that knew her knew what a special lady that she was, and everyone in the Fulton family is definitely grieving to lose Brenda, and our prayers are with the family. And before we kick off, we'll just take a moment of silence to remember Brenda Black. And here we go from Anderson County. As Fulton's ready to kick it away, I think we may have do we have a tee? I don't know, out there right now. So Fulton's looking. Back deep to receive for the Mavericks will be number 6, Jason Thompson. As there's a question about the football maybe. And I don't know exactly what the holdup is right here. But we will soon see. So it looks like Fulton is going to have a holder, which is Jameel Smith, and Womble is going to kick it away. Maybe a little different look as Fulton's going to try the onside kick, and they bounced it, and Anderson County falls on it right on the 50-yard line. Took a bounce right into the hands of Jackson Davis, a sophomore, as it will be 1st and 10 for the Anderson County Mavericks, and the Mavericks have good field position as Fulton tried a little trickeration there, a little trick, especially with not having the tee.
Makes you wonder if it was designed or if it's just kind of how it happened.
Well, you might as well at this point because Anderson County's just won so many region games. You gotta find some way to get a leg up on them.
So, Damian Lavelle will be the quarterback for the Mavericks. He came in relief of Gillum late in that game against Catholic when Gillum went out with an injury. Anderson County will have it 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. They're going to pitch far side. Trying to get around the end is Thompson, and he'll be drugged down near the first down marker as chasing him down. The linebacker for the Falcons is Brody McNair.
Plenty of lead blockers over there. He had all kinds of running room. Credit to the defense for coming up with the shoelace tackle there to save that one.
So it is a gain of 10, and it will move the first down marker for a first down as it will be on the 40-yard line, just underway from Anderson County. Mavericks will have 2 receivers to the near side of the field, moving towards the scoreboard and away from the school. Lavelle, handoff, Thompson patiently waits, try to bounce to the outside, has running room, and will step out of bounds. Fulton had him hemmed up, but he was able to bounce to the right and get outside and step out of bounds at the Fulton 34. So it'll be a gain of 6 and bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Mavericks.
Yeah, that's just not what you want to see right there. You got into the backfield, and it looked like you were going to be able to blow the play up, and then the running back for Anderson County was just able to bounce it outside.
Yep.
You can't let that happen. You got to keep him in the backfield, keep him contained.
Yeah, if you get a hand on him, you've got to get him to the ground. 2 receivers again left.
Watch for something to the wide side here.
Fulton shows blitz. Pressure on. They run to the opposite side, and here's Thompson just navigating his way through the traffic, and he'll race into the end zone for the touchdown. Somebody in hot pursuit fell down, and that just created the lane for Thompson to score. And with 10:45 remaining in the first quarter, Anderson County leads this football game 6-0.
Russell, I think I should have phoned that one in a little earlier.
There's a flag in the end zone. It probably will not affect the touchdown. And the officials are conferring.
Only way I can see that getting wiped off is if you get a block in the back on the guy that fell.
Yeah.
But that's slim.
And the officials pointing at people. And one official has gone across the way to talk to Justin Long.
Okay.
And the penalty will be
unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Anderson County. So the flag will be, the penalty will take place on the kickoff. So Anderson County got it on the 50, and they quickly went down the field for the score. Just as easy as you please. To attempt the extra point will be Payne. And he kicks it up there, and the kick is good. 10:45 remaining first quarter. Anderson County 7, Fulton nothing. Back in 60 seconds as you listen to Fulton football.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage.
Back deep to receive will be Jameel Smith, who went 96 yards for a touchdown return last week against Central. Also, Womble will be back deep to receive. Taking plenty of time to kick it, and they do. Drives it down the near hash. Smith fields it on the 11-yard line. Comes down that near hash, waited for blocking, and not much came, and he'll get smashed down right on the 25-yard line.
The blocking was there, but the 3 Mavericks for Anderson County just over-pursued and met him at the point of contact there.
Then the ball came out, but they'll say that he was down, and we will see the Fulton offense come out on the field at the 20. They move it up to the 26-yard line. So the 15-yard penalty didn't really hurt Anderson County much, as the Falcons will be backed up. And we will take a look and see at quarterback for the Falcons will be Rajon Womble. And I think you're going to see Womble and Gideon mix it up throughout the game. H-back is Lyons to the left. Jameel Smith will be the running back. 2 receivers near side as they fake the handoff to Smith. Here's Womble with running room down the center of the field. Hurdles a tackler. He's at the 50, and he's into Anderson County territory as he will be horse-collared down
We got a flag
in Anderson County territory at the 48-yard line. There's a flag on the Fulton sideline and a flag on the tackle.
I mean, you talk about a good read right there. That was a little read option right there, and Womble just hit that hole. He saw the defense coming in pursuit of the running back, and he was able to hit the hole.
Jameel Smith ran to the right. Womble cut back to the left. Personal foul, horse collar against Anderson County. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. No indication on what the penalty was on the Fulton sideline, or if it was a sideline warning.
Could have been the side judge calling the same thing, too. Sometimes they'll just throw it down there.
So Fulton will have great field position at the Anderson County 33.
Way to flip the field.
Smith again, the running back, 2 receivers to the right. Smith gets it, cuts left, now tries to get to the corner to the right. Had a seam for just a moment. The ball has squirted loose. It's been picked up by Anderson County on the tackle, and the Mavericks return it up to the 50-yard line. Smith lost it. It was picked up by Reese Russell, and the Mavericks get it back. So just when it looks like the Falcons were in business, the Falcons turn it over. They've not turned it over much this year via fumble. And Anderson County will get it right on the midfield stripe. So just when things were looking good, they quickly turn the other way.
Self-inflicted turnovers are a sure way to get the Mavericks on the good side of the ball.
Yeah, and Smith was almost down. Somebody got a hand in there and must have just ripped it loose. So let's see if the Mavericks try to make the Falcons pay quickly here. 3 down linemen on defense for the Falcons. Fulton shuffles as the quarterback Lavelle is going to keep it, and he'll be tripped up as he gets it inside the 50. He'll get about 3 yards. He was tripped up by Darion Bonner as he ran to the left side. Just a tight formation here for Anderson County, and I kind of thought what the Mavericks might try to do So the touchdown wiped off as they just went to that power side, and Lavelle was untouched, but it may have been aided by a foul against the Smith, and he's going to let it roll, and it's just going to keep on rolling, and it's going to be downed at the 4-yard line.
Time to put together one of those 97-yard drives, Russell.
Yeah, that's one. He's got to go get that one because he out-kicked the coverage.
The special teams jitters have been an Achilles heel.
Yeah, and Fulton's going to be backed up at their own 3-yard line. Not where you want to be. 8:34 remaining first quarter. Anderson County already up 7-0 in this football game. Just had a touchdown wiped off the board. And let's see what the Falcons counter with here. Smith will be the running back. Wide receiver to the near side, and I think Fulton did not line up properly, and they are going to ask for a timeout. So the Falcons, for the second week in a row have given up an early touchdown, and they just seem rattled right now, and Coach Justin Long has asked for a timeout. 60-second break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Fulton Football on WKCS Radio.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. How to secure your chains. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
To the timeout, Falcons with the football. In the end zone, Womble gets it. And Womble slips and falls. Fulton off instead goes backwards.
I think Anderson County just knew what was coming there and able to get into the backfield super easy.
McMillan with the tackle for the Mavericks.
Yeah, this position on the field, there's not a whole lot you can draw up, so it's usually pretty easy playing for the defense.
Second down and 11. Fulton will go 2 receivers to the right side. 1 receiver to the left and an H-back on the left side. Womble is going to be hit in the end zone, and he tried to reach the ball over the goal line, but apparently he didn't. and he will be sacked for a safety in the end zone. McMillan got him. Womble didn't get in. Now we've got, I believe this is Womble down with an injury as he was sacked in the end zone for a safety, and that makes the score 9-0.
Just a little hobbled. He's up.
Well,
yep.
And that's a special teams mistake, letting the punt go over your head. Puts you in a situation where you're backed up, and the Falcons find themselves down 9-0, and now they'll be forced to kick off to Anderson County.
Well, for what it's worth, I believe the safety takes the 48-point final score out of the equation.
Well, you never know. We'll see. Next week, the Falcons will be on the road again against one of the top teams in Class 3A. If it wasn't hard enough to play 3 schools that have won state championships within the last 6 years in your first 3 games, Macon County, Central, and Anderson County, if that wasn't hard enough, you got to go on the road to one of the teams now in 3A that could be a favorite to possibly win a state championship now that Alcoa has moved to 4A. So the road for the Falcons just does not get any easier.
Well, Russell, they say iron sharpens iron, but sometimes you just end up getting hammered.
So Fulton will elect to kick it away. You have the option of a free kick in this situation to where you can either punt or kick off. And I think Womble is going to elect to punt here. Sometimes you like that for coverage. Nice kick by Womble. It's going to take a bounce. It's a free kick. You can recover it. It's loose on the ground. Thompson picks it up at the 36, and now they have blocking to the near side. Thompson 40, 35-30, and he will run over a tackler at the 10. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Mavericks at the 7-yard line.
Doesn't get much better than that if you're an Anderson County fan.
It was a good punt. Thompson let it bounce, kind of in no man's land, but the coverage kind of converged in as he was going to the right, and then when he cut back to the left, there was not many Fulton shirts wearing white in pursuit, and anybody that was got knocked off by the blocking of Anderson County. .7:35 remaining in the first quarter. 9-0 Mavericks. Anderson County 7 yards away from trying to get on the board again. Full house backfield. 2 blocking backs, a running back. Lavelle is going to keep it. He's going to run right, and he's going to be tripped up and dropped. Mackay Holmes got him.
With the Undertaker tackle there.
No gain on the play as they had all the blocking in front, but somehow Holmes was able to get through and make the play.
Yeah, that was just a great job by Holmes there. Anderson County had that blocking back coming right for him, and he's able to get under the block.
They've got a big lineman up there as a blocking back. Thompson's going to run right behind him, and he's going to dive, and he will be down inside the 1 as the big blocker out in front is Charles Humphrey. And they'll line up again in the same formation on 3rd and goal from the 1. High snap. Lavelle pulls it down and walks into the end zone for the touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run. And it's now 15-0, pending the extra point. And we've not even played 6 minutes here in the first quarter. Again, it will be Payne to attempt the extra point. Snap, the kick is up, and it is good. We'll take another break and be back. Anderson County 16, Fulton nothing in the first quarter. This is Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
I'll see y'all.
I got some batteries and 2 flashlights.
What's up, champ?
Flashlights, cool.
I feel like you get taller every time I see you. Congratulations, Brandon.
Well, Gremlins Technological are the story of the night. And the Gremlins for the Falcons are the Anderson County Mavericks because they lead 16-0 in this football game. 6:43 remaining in the first quarter. And we're waiting on Payne to kick it away, and he does. Nice high kick that's going to go over Smith's head and go about 3 yards into the end zone for the touchback. So with the touchback, Anderson County will have it at their own 20-yard line.
Well, how do you circle the wagons here?
Yep.
What's your message to the players as you're down 16 with half a quarter away?
I think at this point you're just trying to string some positive plays together. That first drive that Fulton had, you had a couple of positive plays, and then there was a turnover. John Whittington will be the running back. Fulton will have 3 receivers to the left, 4 down linemen for the Mavericks on 1st and 10. Womble's going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. 5 seconds on the play clock. Fulton better hurry and snap it. They do. Handoff goes to Whittington up the middle, and he's just going to be stonewalled. 2 blue shirts right there on top of him, led by Jackson Davis of the Mavericks to make the tackle, and it'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Not much running room. Very young and inexperienced offensive line trying to figure it out and get better. Again, 3 receivers, left side of the formation. Ball's right in the center of the field. Snap from the 20-yard line. Womble asked for it. Short drop's going to run. Tried to wait on the defenders to run past him. They didn't. Maybe back to the 19-yard line. That time it was Michael Maggie. And it'll be 3rd and 11.
I think that was design keeper there. Wasn't a whole lot of reading going on.
So Fulton doesn't really want to have to throw the football, but I would imagine in this situation you have to.
Running ain't looking too good.
And we have another whistle, and now Anderson County has asked for a timeout.
I think that's some personnel issues. Heard some names being yelled down there. They're looking for someone.
So 3rd and 11 is the situation for Fulton, trailing 16-0 here in the first quarter. 5:29 remaining. Giving you a preview again next week at Gatlinburg-Pittman. Then the Falcons will be at home for 2 more tough ones against Heritage, who's undefeated, new to the region this year, and then the 98-time consecutive state champion Alcoa Tornadoes will come to Bob Black Field, and we'll be excited to see them here in a couple of weeks. That's what the script said. 3rd down and 11. Ball on the 19-yard line after the timeout. The schedule doesn't get any easier. And again, the story here being is that you have such a young and inexperienced team, not only age-wise, but also just football inexperience. You got a lot of guys playing football for the first time in quite a long time, and it creates a situation like this. 3rd down and 11. Womble back to pass. Pressure on. They set up a screen. It's complete to Whittington. Here's Whittington diving for the first down as he gets it past the 30 up to the 32-yard line.
Russell, I think I might have to contradict you. I do think the schedule does get easier as you go on. There's a 1 week in October looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's not easy. Well, they set up the screen. Anderson County brought the heat, and they dumped it off to Whittington, and Whittington carries for the first down up to the 32-yard line. And again, I think for Fulton moving forward, you just got to have some positive things happen. Move the football. Stay positive here. Handoff on the draw. Grinding through and getting a couple. Is going to be Jameel Smith as he gets another opportunity at running back and gains 2 up the middle. A tough 2 yards up to the 34, and it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, that was just a good job of making something out of nothing there. Anderson County's defensive line was in the backfield as soon as the ball was snapped. It's just a great job by Smith.
And it's one of those deals for the Falcons. You know, it's hard to gain confidence when you've not done something a bunch. Man in motion, the slot receiver is Holmes to the near side. Handoff, cutting back is going to be Smith, and he's cut down from the backside. A loss on the play of 3 as Smith is going to be torpedoed down, and now Jameel is injured. So Jameel Smith, who's Fulton's leading receiver, trying to get the ball in his hands a little bit more by giving him a look at a running back, gets pulled down.
Yeah, you hate to see this with such a young team, so little depth.
Well, and this is probably your bona fide playmaker that's not Womble. So now he's going to sit up.
I'll tell you what, if they don't start getting more push up front, it's going to be a long night.
And if Smith is going to get up under his own power, trying to get his legs back underneath him, you cannot afford to lose him for any extended period of time. And he's going to be helped off the field, and this is not good. And the frustration factor of all circumstances for Fulton right now is at about 1,000. Because you cannot afford to have your best players get injured. And it just seems to happen over and over and over and over again.
Lack of depth to do that to you, Russell.
So Smith will come off the field, and we'll hopefully Isaiah Gilmore down on the sidelines able to hear us. We're having some technical issues with that right now, in addition to some of the other glitches. Nicholas Slagle working hard to get it all straightened out. It'll be 3rd and 11. Here's Womble, back to pass, has some time, looks to run, puts a foot in the ground, steps away, and then will be tripped up as he gets it up to the 34-yard line as Humphrey stayed at home and got him, and now Womble's slow to get up. And it'll be 4th and 8 for the Falcons.
I think you got to credit the secondary on the tackle there. Womble was trying to find a man open downfield, but nothing there, nothing left to do but run with it.
Yep. So the Falcons will punt it away on 4th down. Low snap, Womble picks it up. Nice kick, going to drive Anderson County back. They're going to let it bounce and roll at the 21-yard line, and it will go out of bounds. So a good job by Womble on the punt. And Anderson County will take over 1st and 10 at that point, as they will have to drive the length of the field there.
And, you know, back to the offensive side of the ball, you start worrying about Womble. He's taking some big hits here. If you're on the offensive line, you can't let that happen, because that's your biggest playmaker on offense right now with Smith out.
You really just can't afford any negative thing to happen at this point. It's really the long and short of it is you've got to have some breaks go your way as far as keeping people healthy. You've got to have a ball bounce your way occasionally, you would think, and you've got to have the other team make some mistakes. And none of those things have happened this year. Here's Lavelle in the shotgun. Hands off. You know, he keeps it. That was a nice fake, and here's Lavelle getting past the 40. Tripped up down the field. Hutchinson with the touchdown saving tackle as he tripped him up. If it maybe got him by the ankle. If he hadn't, he would have been gone for a touchdown. As it was a nice fake to Thompson going left, and Lavelle, the quarterback, went right. Now they'll go Thompson around the end. Runs into a blocker, bounces off of him, 50, and will be pushed out of bounds in Fulton territory down around the 48-yard line. Good patient running, waiting on the blocking to set up, and then just got to the corner and got what he could. Fulton did a pretty good job there as well, stringing out the play defensively.
All right, and you've seen that play a couple of times. Eventually, you're gonna have to find a way to stop it. It's every time they've ran that play, it's gone for big yardage, and right there, that was a good step to start stopping it.
2nd down 3. They'll be in the shotgun. 2 running backs behind the quarterback, Lavelle. He's going to pitch it to the near side. Nice fake, and getting the first down as they pitch it will be Mills. And he will get it down to the Fulton 38-yard line. Faked one way, ran option the other way. Well drawn up play, and it's a first down for Anderson County. Ball at the 38. Quarterback in the shotgun, 2 running backs behind. Fulton shows blitz. Lavelle, handoff, fakes, is going to throw, pass on the bootleg is underthrown and incomplete, intended for Braden Sharp right at the original line of scrimmage. Tried to make a diving catch near the Fulton sideline, was unable to do so. It'll stop the clock with 1:15 remaining in the first and make it 2nd down 10. Anderson County 16, Fulton nothing here in the first quarter. 2 receivers far side. Falcons show blitz again. Fake the handoff. Lavelle rolls around the end. Thought about throwing. Now he's just going to keep it. Has blocking out in front. And he's just going to scamper to the 20-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, that blitz there, the defensive line just collapsed right onto the quarterback, and he's able to get it outside running that option play and had a bunch of green grass in front of him.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. As we approach a minute remaining in the first quarter. This time, Lavelle will be in the middle of the 2 running backs. Falcons shift defensively. They pitch it out to the near side to Mills, has blocking down the field, and he will step into the end zone for a touchdown. The action went right. Mills went left. They dumped it off, and he had the blocking to get into the end zone for the touchdown, right at 20 yards on the touchdown catch. And Anderson County increases the lead to 22-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are still in the first quarter.
Payne to attempt the extra point. And the kick is good. 58 seconds remaining first quarter. Anderson County 23, Fulton nothing. Back in 60 seconds as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
Mom, I got it. What are you doing in there?
I got stuck.
Oh. Are you a dog?
I wouldn't do that. Have you seen the pliers? Where'd you find those?
It's not your birthday.
Sorry.
Bye, Grandpa.
Bye, Grandpa.
Take care of yourself.
What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Mavericks set to kick it away again, leading 23-0 here in the first quarter. The Falcons have put a couple of good plays together and has been able to move the football a little bit, but a turnover and then some minus yard plays have stifled the Falcons. Here's the kick. Back to receive it is going to be Holmes, and Holmes will be hit at the 15-yard line. It was a kick. Holmes caught it on about the 1. His momentum took him into the end zone, and he pulled it out, and he'll be brought down at the they'll move it up to the 16-yard line, and that's where Fulton will take over offensively. As we said, Smith is normally the kick returner for the Falcons, but he went down with an injury earlier in the game.
Seems like special teams needs a little situational awareness.
Again, it's just that lack of experience. Lack of experience in all things right now. So Womble back at quarterback. He's been the quarterback for the Falcons the whole quarter here. Trying to get the correct ball ready here. We're having a long discussion over a football, and the score is 23-0.
I feel like that's not exactly.
We've not made it through the first quarter. Let's get it going here.
This is the first time we ever have balls and strikes being argued in football.
Now, there was some sort of penalty that was declined. What it was, we don't know, because we never saw a signal. The decline, yeah. Or he said safe if it was a baseball game. Two receivers far side. Here's Womble. Going to throw it up deep to the near side. Incomplete, intended for Will Dixon, who caught a touchdown pass last week for the Falcons late in the ball game, and they just tried to go the go route on the near side to Dixon, and the pass was underthrown and incomplete.
Yeah, it just looked like Dixon didn't really turn around early enough to see that ball and kind of tracking in the air.
And again, it's inexperience. Dixon is a freshman. So you saw some good things from him last week. Just trying to get guys ready to play. Double twin set. 4 receivers set to go down the field for the Falcons. 3 down linemen this time for the Mavericks. They show pressure up the middle. They throw, pass high, incomplete. Slanting near the center of the field was Mekhi Holmes. Holmes went up to try to get it. The pass was incomplete, and then he was blasted.
It looked like a screen pass was designed there out to the right receiver, and Anderson County just read it really well, and Womble had to get rid of the ball to somebody.
And it makes it 3rd down and 10. Ball at the 16-yard line. Falcons trying to get things going here, trying to work their way back into the football game. Double twin set. AC shows pressure off the edge. Womble senses it. It's going to run. Has running room. Breaks through a tackle. Trying to get to the sideline. Breaks through another tackle. Runs into a blocker. He's at the 40. At the 42, the 43. The ball comes out as they didn't blow the whistle. Somebody knocked it out, and Fulton falls on it as Dixon picked it out of the pile, or that could have been disaster again. And there's Womble making a play with his feet.
Well, maybe not, but I thought I saw a face mask on Womble going down there. The refs just maybe didn't see it or didn't call it out.
You get that on the big jobs.
Well, and we've seen Womble make some plays with his feet when he's not incredibly hemmed in, and he did there.
Are we finally at the end of the first quarter, Russell?
As the clock will roll down to 0, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Through 1 quarter. Anderson County 23, Fulton nothing. We'll be back with quarter number 2 in 60 seconds as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
Bring it. dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home.
Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Well, a long first quarter came to a close. Second quarter set to get underway. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons at their own 40-yard line. Ethan Gideon will be the quarterback. As the Fulton Falcons will scrimmage. Here's a handoff, slipping through and getting about 9 yards on first down. That's going to be Womble. So when Gideon's at quarterback, they'll move Womble to a running back and try to get some things going there. And that was a nice gainer on first down as the Falcons approach the midfield stripe. 2nd down 2. It appears Jameel Smith is back in the game for the Falcons, so that's a good news. He is the slot receiver on the left side of the formation. Gideon in the shotgun. Gets the snap, goes to Womble, and he stood up immediately. As soon as Womble got the football, he was met by a bunch of navy blue shirted Anderson County Mavericks.
Yeah, that snap was just high. Gideon couldn't handle it, and as soon as he handed the ball off to Womble, it got blown up.
So it's a loss on the play, loss of about 2. And it'll be 3rd and 4 here. Falcons taking their time getting players on and off the field, as it looks like Womble will come in at quarterback for this play.
Well, you want to take your time here. Last thing you want to do is rush
Yeah,
the
you
ball
don't
back
want
to the Mavericks.
hurry and give them the ball right back. 3 seconds on the play clock, 2 seconds, 1 second. They got it off just in time. Womble drops back, pressure on. Just going to try to dump it off, incomplete. Noah Lyons was somewhere around the area, but they just had pressure in his face. And again, it's hard for him to make a play when you've got somebody that close.
Yeah, and those back foot throwaways always make you nervous as a fan because they end up usually in the danger zone.
And it looks like Justin Long talking to the official here, as don't know if they were asking for a timeout or what, but Fulton will run the punt team on the field as the pass by Womble is incomplete. So Womble drops back. He'll be on the 33. Drops the snap. Kick. Pressure on. Got it away. Almost went straight up in the air. And it's going to actually take a nice Fulton roll as Fulton got what they could up to the 36-yard line.
Great job by Womble there just to get that punt off. And, I mean, for the snap, it wasn't that bad of a punt.
Yeah, could have been worse. Could have been worse, but the Mavericks once again get the football. Lavelle, the quarterback, again, Gillum, that was the quarterback, he got injured in that game against Catholic. So they're having to make a way here, and they've done a pretty good job of it. Here's Lavelle, going to keep it. Has running room on the far side. Runs over a tackler, gets it into Fulton territory as he's tripped up by Hutchinson as he gets it down to about the 48-yard line. And all of this misdirection that Anderson County's doing offensively is just causing the Fulton defense to really struggle.
Yeah, and I mean, they really can't miss on offense because if you go where the lead blockers are, you've got the size to win that way. Or if you do get them beaten, you go with the misdirection, you've got wide open grass to run wherever you want.
Yeah, it's a tough scenario here for Fulton defensively. And again, you remember back last year, the defense played so well for so long, kept as the offense hit some big plays and kept the Falcons in the ball game. Rolling out near sides, Lavelle throws off his back foot. He's got a man wide open down the field, and he's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. I don't know how he got that wide open, but he was incredibly wide open. Touchdown, Anderson County, Zach Hafney.
Well, that's a blown coverage if I've ever seen one.
Rolled out to the near side and just let launch. And it's a touchdown to make it 29-0. The extra point here to make it 30. And the extra point here by Anderson County is up, and it is good. 9:19 remaining. The only thing that could make this worse would be if it was to rain, and that's probably.
I won't tell you the alert I got on my phone then.
Yeah. Back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Fulton Football on WKCS Radio.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
Bro, you gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's a white people thing.
Escúchame, en esta casa los hombres no lloran.
You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
Thanks for hearing me out, bro. Appreciate it.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad. Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
So Anderson County on the board again, and they're ready to kick it off. Payne is going to move the football over to the far hash. He was out on the field before the game working on the onside kick where you just barely touch it and fall on it after 10 yards. See if that may be the game plan here. Walks up to the football and kicks it away deep. It's going to be fielded right at the goal line as Holmes got it. No need an onside kick when you can kick it deep like that and move Fulton back to the 20. Well, again, I think for the Fulton offense, the mission here is just to try to do something positive.
Well, at least get something before halftime, have some momentum going into the half.
As this Fulton team has been completely overwhelmed from the opening kickoff. Gideon will be the quarterback, as Fulton will be in a double twin set. Holmes comes in motion to the right. Draw play goes to Womble, and he'll lose 2. Again, they're just busting through the line of scrimmage, and there's nowhere to go. Loss of 2 makes it 2nd down 12. Fulton running people on and off the field, trying to get the correct personnel out there. Whittington is in. It looks like he'll be the running back. Will Dixon will be the wide receiver to the left. Fulton's moving away from downtown Clinton towards the interstate. And the Falcons took so much time that they're going to need to take a timeout to avoid the 5-yard penalty. Anderson County 30, Fulton nothing here in the second quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. And in our family, we're used to getting involved, and I encourage you to do the same, especially when it comes to caring for your loved ones. When I think about Alzheimer's and the impact it had on my family, I recognize that losing a race isn't such a bad day after all. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Well, we want to thank everybody that's watching us right now on our YouTube stream. Thanks for sticking with us. We've had a little bit of some technical difficulties, but I think we've worked through it for the most part. We are having some issues with Isaiah Gilmore on the sideline, him being able to hear us as Womble throws it out on the near side. This is to Noah Lyons at the 30, and we'll get it up to the 34-yard line, and that'll be a first down as they dump it off to Lyons. Streaking across the field to the left, hit him in stride, and Noah gets the first down.
Russell even got some Anderson County faithful tuning in tonight. Had a few fans come up, ask us where they could watch as they had some friends that are out of town.
Well, if you're an Anderson County fan, you think this is the most wonderful thing in the world. If you're a Fulton fan,
you disagree.
Hang in there. That's all I can say. Womble in the shotgun. Two receivers stacked to the near side. High snap, fakes the handoff to Whittington. Dumps it off. Nice touch, and they get it to Lyons, and Lyons will grind his way up to the 49-yard line, and that'll be another first down for the Falcons as two consecutive passes to the H-back Noah Lyons, who is the winner of the Xavion Dobson 24 Strong Award. And just the fact that he willingly moved to the kind of this H-back tight end position after being a receiver, and you can see how hard he plays, is part of the reason that he won that award. A very deserving winner of the Xavion Dobson Award. Two receivers near side. 1st and 10 as the Falcons approach midfield. Womble gets the snap. Has to cut. Makes a move. Makes a nice spin move. And he will be tripped up as he gets it down to the 41-yard line. And that's going to be enough for another Fulton first down.
Yeah, Womble had to put the brakes on there at the line of scrimmage. Got there in the gap and met with a big old blue jersey.
That time Womble did make the spin move in the telephone booth. First down. Fulton will try to go quick here. Gets a new play call from Coach Justin Long. Runs back and forth to talk to the linemen to give them the play. Whittington is the running back. Womble drops back, looks to throw. Waiting. Now will come to the near side. There's a flag down as Womble will just run out of bounds as he's pushed out of bounds again by McMillan, the linebacker. We've said his name a lot, but there's a flag back behind the play, and it's way back behind the play.
Could be area of holding.
Yeah, back at the 46. So it is a hold. And what's a 10-yard penalty then becomes a 16-yard penalty because it's from the spot of the foul. And it may have a hand in derailing what was a promising drive for the Falcons. Holding against Fulton.
Usually how the end begins.
And they're just going to move it back 10 yards. As the quarterback will be Ethan Gideon now with Womble at running back. Two receivers to the right side. Gideon throws it out to Womble, makes the catch on the run, makes a man miss. Now is going to cut back to the middle of the field and be knocked down, and it'll be a loss on the play of 2 yards.
Not much going on there.
And Womble slow to get up, but he does get up. So it'll be 2nd down, 22 for the Falcons as we hit the 6-minute mark remaining in the first half. After the loss, the ball goes back to the Fulton 48-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gideon in the shotgun, asks for the football. Short drop, throws it up, overthrown and incomplete, intended for Dixon on the near side, and then he got knocked down, just overthrown. And the coverage by Hapney, who scored that touchdown just a few moments ago for AC.
That looked like a miscommunication there. It looked like the receiver was going to keep running, and then he just stopped in his route and came back to the ball, and Gideon overshot him.
5:37 remaining here in the half, as there is a timeout asked for by Fulton to get set for this 3rd and long play. We'll take another 60-second break and be back. You're listening to Fulton Football on WKCS Radio.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. How to secure your chains. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
On 3rd down, Gideon rolls to the near side pass, almost intercepted, incomplete. It'll be 4th down. The Falcons quickly come over the football to punt, and I think Anderson County may have had too many people on the field. And I think the Mavericks are going to be forced to take a timeout. AC 30, Fulton nothing. 5:16 remaining in the first half.
I'm only counting 11. May have been an alignment issue or something.
Yeah, they ran somebody off right as the ball was being snapped, as Fulton was trying to go fast right there. Well, in the region of doom tonight, or the region of death, whatever you care to call it, Region 2-4A, it's the first night of region play. Obviously, Fulton at Anderson County here tonight. Alcoa is at Gibbs. 2 undefeated teams, South Doyle playing Heritage, and Union County is at Carter. And I think we'll learn a little bit more about how the region shakes out after the night. Womble on 4th down, punts it away. Nice high punt. It's going to be dropped, picked up, and recovered by Anderson County as Fulton had the coverage down the field. Good coverage there by Fulton as Anderson County dropped the punt. Jalen Lundy, Zion Nelson there to cover it, and Anderson County will be backed up at their 16-yard line with 5:06 remaining.
Guys, one of these days we're going to get that bounce. Probably not today, but one of these days.
And one of those days might be years from now. The way it feels.
You know what they say, every dog has a day, and today dog just ain't yours.
Oh, there's a dog having his day. 3 receivers to the near side. Handoff up the middle with running room. Oh, my goodness. Here he goes.
He gone.
Down the near side. This is going to be Thompson, and Thompson turns on the Jets, and he's gone for the touchdown. About as easy as you can please, Jason Thompson. 84 yards, touchdown. Anderson County makes it 36-0.
Make it look easy. Man of many words.
How he got that loose. So here's the extra point to make it 37-0 with 4:51 remaining until halftime. Here's the snap. Pressure off the edge, and Fulton blocked it. The extra point blocked by Zion Nelson. As he came off the edge and got a hand on it, the extra point attempt is no good. And that makes it 36-0 as there's timeout on the field here in the first half. We'll be back in 60 seconds with more as you listen to Fulton Football on WKCS Radio.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun? Attention to detail? Want to stay active? Definitely. Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes!
We need more officials in Tennessee. Because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at
A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal.
Mavericks set to kick it off again, which begs the question. And maybe we might need a veterinarian to answer this. Can a dog get a cramp? Because the dog that retrieves the tee has been doing a lot of running tonight.
Russell, I'm going to quote a great football player and a mediocre football coach. I ain't never seen a cheetah stretch.
Here could have won 6-0 the score. And it's going to drive the Falcons back to the 1. Coming out with running would be, and he just blasted.
Should have let it go.
Mavericks did a great job. They had somebody just broke down and right. Probably shouldn't end.
Yeah, at this point with the coverage they're getting and the returns we are not getting, take the 20.
Well, you want to save yourself the licks.
That as well.
Yeah, the contact.
What's worse, the beating or the embarrassment?
Ball will be on the 18-yard line. As the Falcons get a receiver on late. Womble will be the quarterback here. Two receivers near side. Womble keeps it, navigating his way through traffic, breaks through a tackle, stays up, breaks through another tackle, and will get it up to the 30. Womble doesn't go down easily, and Rajon Womble with his feet runs for 10 yards and a Falcon first down, and it stops the clock with 4:30 remaining here in the first half.
You know, just watching this game, if the line gives Womble another second or two to pass the ball, I mean, he'll make something happen.
Fulton had too many people on the field. They're running somebody off right before the ball gets snapped. Now another player comes on. Gideon is the quarterback for the Falcons with the running back Jameel Smith. 1st and 10. Lions comes in motion. 3 seconds on the play clock. Falcons snap it. Here's Gideon. Going to run a screen, just threw it away. Trying to run a screen on the far side to Womble, and the pass was overthrown and incomplete. And that stops the clock with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. Fulton will get the second half kickoff. Anderson County won the toss and elected to receive. left at running back. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Handoff, Womble up the middle. Got a little bit of a hole and pounds his way past the 30. Womble's had some nice runs in the game so far.
Only problem every comes there
And some played to negate the positive play. Holmes combination, dropped pressure on, setting up a screen, overthrown and incomplete, as there was a lot of blue shirts in the area, and Gideon, I think, wisely just threw it over the top. They were trying to set up a screen to Womble going right. The pass is overthrown and incomplete, and it'll be 4th and 7, stopping the clock with. So Womble drops back in punt formation. Skips back. I don't know, was that partially blocked or did he just kind of kick the roll? Will be at 4-yard line. Punt, he had just kind of went straight up in the air.
It's where you'd love to say, they touched that. That's our ball now.
Yeah. Again, you just like a break of some sort. They say you make your own breaks, but whoever said that hasn't been watching this year, because
we've made breaks, just not for the right side.
Yeah. Because eventually you've got to have a ball bounce your way.
Well, the only problem is
or a stroke of good luck.
Yeah. The next 3 games, though, nothing like that's probably going to happen with the great teams you're playing.
They throw it out. Lavelle throws it out on the far side. Pass is complete to Braden Sharp. And Sharp will get it into Fulton territory as they get it to the 44-yard line. Actually 46 where they spot it down. So it'll be 2nd down and 3. Two receivers near side. Lavelle's been the quarterback the whole game for the Mavericks. Fulton shows blitz up the middle. They pick it up. Lavelle throws it. He's got a man out of the backfield complete, and he's scampering for the end zone and will dive into the end zone for the touchdown. I don't think it was out of the backfield. I think it was an inside receiver. And he hit him right in stride going down the far sideline. Gabe St. John for the touchdown. And that makes it 42-0 with 2:08 remaining.
Whatever it was, he was wide open.
Yeah, he was. And outran the defense into the end zone.
Maybe they'll block the extra point again.
But then you give it an opportunity to be 48 points again, and I don't know if you want that.
That would be good. Here's the kick. Pressure off the edge. Didn't get it that time. Kick is up and good. And we have timeout on the field. 2:08 remaining in the first half. Plenty of time. 43-0. Anderson County with the lead. Back in 60 seconds as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Well, another time, this will be Payne to kick off for the Mavericks with 2:08 remaining in the first half. And this kick's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback as the returners just let that one go over their heads.
Hey, Russell, we're learning.
Yes. Well, let's talk about some of these games in the region that are taking place tonight. And I think, and I've not looked at the scores yet, but I think.
I can't imagine they're too similar.
That Heritage South Doyle game is very interesting. Because I think you have to feel like, obviously, Alcoa and Anderson County are your favorites to be at the top of the region. Gibbs is going to be in the mix for a playoff spot. So you only have, you've got like one spot for everybody else to fight over to make it in. And you got some good teams. Here's a pass, Womble near side, partially deflected, and it's going to be caught on a sliding catch by Mackay Holmes for a short loss. Gibbs is playing Alcoa tonight. Let's see what we.
Russell got an update on South Doyle and Heritage, knotted up at 14 apiece with 7:21 left in the third as of a few minutes ago.
Well, we do have some good news. Someone's having a worse night than we are. Alcoa is beating Gibbs 45-0. It's only 43-0 here.
What quarter are they in?
Halftime. Handoff. Nowhere to go for the running back. That is Whittington. As Campbell and Davis with the tackle for the Mavericks as we approach the 1 minute mark remaining. Heritage up on South Doyle 14-7. That's at halftime. And South Doyle's just tied it up. All right, 14-14. I think I got confused there for a moment. Not to dispute you.
Numbers are hard. We're no math magicians here.
Well, the Coach T scoreboard, sometimes folks have to enter those in, and they might get a little bit behind. Timeout. 32 seconds remaining.
For what?
That'd be a good song to play at Neyland Stadium. Timeout for what? Vols open up their season tomorrow against ETSU. Will Healy, former head coach at Austin Peay, did a great job there as the ETSU head coach this year. And he will bring the Buccaneers into Knoxville to take on the Vols.
ETSU is the same conference as Austin Peay, aren't they?
No, they're in different ones. But I think Austin Peay's
play a lot.
And I'm trying to, all the conference realignment, I think Austin Peay is trying to get into the Southern Conference.
Yeah, I thought they were SoCon.
Yeah.
They might be Ohio
Somebody,
Valley.
No, that's Tennessee Tech that's moving into the Southern Conference. I think Austin Peay is in something called like the United League or something.
Austin Peay, I think, is in the OVC, the Ohio Valley.
Yeah.
And then I think ETSU is in the SoCon.
Yeah, so anyway, a lot of excitement around UT. First home game tomorrow night is the Vols.
Unless you're a fan of the Tross.
They're out. They're gone.
They said there's some left.
Here's Womble on third down. Drops back. Is going to run it. Breaks through a tackle. Now cuts up. Making a move and then gets slung down as he gets it to the 35. But Womble on 3rd and 12 converts it to a first down. Needed 12. Got 16 on the run. And the Falcons will move the chains, and now we've got an Anderson County player shaken up back behind the play. This looks like a cramp. And that may be our first cramp of the night. And he will be up and will be able to walk off the field under his own power. Yashawn Campbell, a senior safety players shaken up. Well, and you have to give Anderson County credit to have that game against Powell be declared a no contest. And then last week, Catholic comes in here and wins decisively, and you get your starting quarterback hurt. Anderson County really has picked up the piece as well tonight.
Yeah, right now looking like Florida when it comes to the backup quarterback situation. Sometimes the diamond in the rough you didn't know you had.
Yeah, Lavelle's done a pretty good job. Here's Womble with 10 seconds on the game clock. Going to throw middle of the field. Pass is going to be incomplete. Dixon was open right on the 50-yard line, just couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, I think misjudged the placement on that one. Looked like he wanted to go up high for it, and he got delivered down low.
They'll let the clock roll down to 0, and it is halftime. We won't be able to talk to Coach Long as we have some issues with our microphone down on the sideline with Isaiah, so we will go back to the studio and take a 2-minute break. 43-0 is our halftime score here from Anderson County High School. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. How to secure your chains. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Everyone has a ritual.
Oklahoma will be able to get it done. I just don't think Bryce Underwood will be able or be prepared to go into Oklahoma and win.
Yeah, college game day going to be in Oklahoma. It should be an interesting game for sure. Though, I mean, Michigan has a 5-star quarterback in Bryce Underwood. I've noticed that these past couple years, maybe these 5-stars, top of the class, haven't performed as well as they should have, haven't lived up to the expectations. And I don't think Bryce Underwood will. I like Oklahoma in this matchup. The place is going to be rocking. I like the SEC in this matchup.
Yeah, this is such a good game. Two teams that didn't have great seasons last year for their standards, and they're bouncing back. They have a lot of high coming this year. Such a good game, but I'm going to have to go with Oklahoma. I think John Mathias is a very good quarterback. I like the experienced team at home over the inexperienced team on the road. And what do you guys think of the first half, and how do you think Fulton can turn things around in the second half?
Well, the first half was not good. It's 43-0. Fulton can't get anything going on offense, and defensively they've just been put in bad situations, and they can't get to the outside quick enough to stop the Anderson County rushing game. And I mean, you know, in order to even not even get back into this game, but in order to score some points, you know, you're gonna have to make Anderson County make some mistakes, and you're gonna have to catch some breaks. 3-4 touchdowns, and defensively, just you've got to beat the Anderson County rushing game into the outside. You've got to keep them in front of you. You can't let them get into the second level.
Yeah, I mean, Anderson County have ran over the field in Fulton. It's like, I mean, they've got to have a little emotion here, got to start playing a little harder. Like you said, I mean, Anderson County's getting around to the outside. Even the quarterback, when he rolls out and he's got a man downfield, you got to kill him, put some points to the board, and play better defense.
Right, and you mentioned that rolling out and passing of all rise for Anderson County. I mean, Fulton just like they roll out and pass, and Fulton's Anderson County's got a receiver wide open going in for a touchdown. It's like what do like you're trying, but just some blown coverages here and there have resulted in the points scored for Anderson County, and just some mistakes on offense, like a holding after a 30-yard gain and like a fumble after you get the ball into past midfield, which they've only done a few times. It's just tough.
Yeah, when you say that, we've got some big plays in this game, and it's been called back by little mistakes like fumbling the football or having a holding penalty down there. I mean, got to clean that up. You got to move on from this game after this. You got to go to Gatlinburg, Pittman, clear your mind, forget about this. Yeah, like y'all said, that's some good points. This is a really young and inexperienced team, but like y'all said, they're just getting to the outside. It's like kind of running a few option plays where the quarterback can just run to the outside, and they are faster than a lot of our guys because they're just being to the outside. They're going after there. And the little mistakes by Fulton are just, yeah, it's just not really good. And Fulton put together a decent drive there in the first half where they got like 3 straight first downs. They got past that field, and they just didn't end how they wanted to because they didn't get on the scoreboard. But like y'all said, it's just a really inexperienced young team, and they got to come out here with some urgency in the second half and maybe play a little bit better.
Yeah, and you know, Anderson County's just done a great job of blocking our defensive line. It's just been rough. It hasn't been a good day in the trenches for Fulton, and defensively, it just hasn't been a good day.
I mean, yeah, this hasn't been a good day outside in the treadle. I mean, getting in the backfield quick for Anderson County, and our defensive line giving the quarterback all the time, can't contain him. Just gotta clean those things up. I mean, better for Fulton. Yeah, the offensive line also hasn't been great, like y'all said. Both of the lines haven't been great. We've seen some they could just on those in the second half. They try to like capitalize on drives. I'm just seeing like a lot of good plays, and it's just not they're not capitalizing on it like that, you know. Well, thank everyone
Anderson County leads Fulton 43-0. And after the break, WKCS Radio brings you second half coverage of Fulton versus Anderson County.
Second half set to get underway. Guess what? Anderson County's kicking off again. Here's the kick, and it is going to go and bounce on the 1 yard line and roll into the end zone for a touchback. And the Fulton offense that was not able to get much going in the first half will be back out on the field. Try to get some consistency here. And again, you're down 43-0.
Yeah, Fulton just looks kind of inexperienced in this game, too. They put a decent drive together. They just couldn't finish it off.
Trace McCulley's joining us now, along with Parker Hall. And the thing is, you just got to try to get something positive on film here.
Yeah.
1st and 10, Womble will be the quarterback. He was 3 of 6 in the air for 44 yards in the first half. Drops back. They're setting up a screen. Gets it to Whittington, and Whittington will get a yard or two. But they blasted Womble, and he's slow to get up again. There's a flag down at the 5 yard line. There was about 2 Anderson County defenders that kind of looked like they came in high on Womble. Roughing the passer is going to be the call, and it'll be a first down for the Falcons.
Well, Russell, you said there had to be a break eventually.
There it is. Of course, your quarterback had to take a blow in order to get it. It is a 43-0 lead, so that means the clock is running here. So it'll be a moving clock throughout the second half. So things will probably move along rather rapidly, which is good because the Nicholas Slagle Doppler radar indicates that there may be some rain to the west of us.
Not saying we're cutting it close. Let's put it this way. If we go into overtime, we'd be getting wet.
Yep. This is a bleacher broadcast, so we're out in the stands, actually behind the stadium, as Gideon is the quarterback now for the Falcons. And he's going to hand off, bouncing to the outside, and getting to the 36-yard line is going to be the running back for the Falcons. As I think as Armani Bond is the running back there for the Falcons. So Bond and Whittington are the running backs here for the Falcons. Gideon is the quarterback. Split wide receivers. They're going to hand off to Whittington. Waiting patiently, not much there. Maybe gets a half a yard as Whittington tries the right side. Brought down by Davis of Anderson County. And the Falcons will be facing a 3rd and 8. Trace, the Falcons converted a couple of 3rd downs in the first half.
Yeah, we'd like to see that here. Maybe you can score on this drive too.
Just weren't able to get much beyond that.
Yeah.
Falcons taking plenty of time off the play clock here. As Gideon will get the snap. Drops back, pressure on, hit as he throws. The ball is loose. It's actually picked up by Fulton, by Whittington. And Whittington will get up back to the line of scrimmage as Gideon took a short drop and just got blasted as he dropped back to throw. So they call it a fumble. Fulton's going to quickly over the football. Low snap. Womble's going to run with it. Womble running to the near side. Rugby kicks and just gets blasted. The ball has been picked up by Anderson County, and they are going to fall down at the 5-yard line. Womble ran, kicked it, they blocked it.
I don't think it's going to matter. They had too many people on the field. You had 5 linemen still running off.
Well, that was not pretty. Womble was just trying to kick it away, and they had a guy on him, and when he did, got him right across the leg. And the ball bounced into the hands, as it often does, right of an Anderson County returner, and he ground the ball down inside the 10-yard line. So here are the Mavericks. They'll have a new quarterback into the ball game. New running back, and they're going to throw. Quick slant, overthrown, and incomplete. Quarterback is Jackson Price. And the pass was incomplete. Clock still moves. Ball's at the 9 after the big punt return by Anderson County. Six and a half minutes remaining in the third quarter. As we said, the second half will move quickly. Handoff and an open field tackle made for a loss as they hand to the running back running right. As the tackle for the Falcons, A.J. Workman got through. He's been dealing with being banged up throughout the year, but he was able to make the minus-yard tackle. Actually, a loss of 5 back to the 14, and it'll be 3rd and 14 for the Mavericks. The running back for AC is Kason Curriger. He is a sophomore. 2 receivers to the left side of the formation, actually 3 receivers. They get the snap. They throw near side on the slant. Pass is complete, but immediately dropped. Darion Bonner with the tackle. As they threw to the near side to Elijah Johnson, and he stopped. And it'll be 4th down. 4th and 13 from the 13-yard line. 4th and goal from the 13. And Anderson County is going to attempt a field goal here. Ball will be put down right on the 20-yard line, so it'll be a 30-yard attempt for the Anderson County kicker, Jackson Payne. He had one extra point block so far in the game. Payne from the right hash gets the kick. The kick is up, and it is right down the middle. So the big punt return nets 3 points for Anderson County, and 3 fireworks go up in the air. Only 3. 4:36 remaining in the third quarter. 46-0. Anderson County with the lead. Back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Fulton Football on WKCS Radio.
I'll see y'all. I got some batteries and 2 flashlights.
What's up, champ?
Flashlights, cool.
I feel like you get taller every time I see you. Congratulations, Brandon.
30-yard field goal good by Anderson County. The clock continues to move here as the Mavericks get set to kick it away. Got a new kicker out there for AC. You've got more than one kicker, it means you've got depth.
What's that?
Eli Ledford will kick it away. Ledford is a junior. He addresses the football and kicks a line drive down the field. That'll be fielded on the 22-yard line as the returner just fell on it. I believe that was
smart move.
Bonner.
Be interesting to see what they try and muster up for some of these final drives here as we're rolling down just under 2.5 left in this third quarter. I think it's like Russell said, you just got to put something positive on film right now, get something you can learn from this week. There's been plenty of stuff to fix, but you got to find something you can give the coach and say, hey, we got this right, let's try and build on it.
Yeah, I would like to see him put a pretty good drive together here.
You want to at least get the goose egg off the board, too. That'd be nice.
Oh, yeah.
Drop the snap down in the backfield. That would not fall under the good category, I think it's safe to say.
For sure.
Yeah, not a great way to start the drive.
I think it's what you call suboptimal.
Yeah.
As he's not able to handle the snap, but he's able to fall on it. Loss of 5 yards on the play makes it 2nd down and 15.
I'm really not liking that statement about the field goal and the safety I made earlier now.
Yeah, we said Fulton had given up 48 points in each of its first 2 games.
And
gave up 48 here last year to Anderson County. The Mavericks have 46. Here's Gideon throwing to the near side pass intended for Hutchinson, incomplete. Antonio had to come back to the football and try to catch it, underthrown and incomplete. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. And it'll be 3rd and 15 here for the Falcons.
Can't imagine there's many 3rd and 15 plays you got drawn up to play from the 16.
No, this is not a great situation to be in, as there's 30 seconds on the game clock in the third quarter and 16 seconds on the play clock. So this will probably be the last play of quarter number 3. Gideon, hard count, gets the snap, drops back, going to throw it deep. This one has a lot of air underneath it, and it is almost caught. Thought he had it as they threw it up on the far sideline to Dixon.
Some handsy
and
defense.
Dixon had it and just kind of dribbled it into the ground as he tried to bring it in. A lot of air under the ball. Dixon was in good position. He just couldn't haul it in. Yeah. And that is the end of the third quarter. 46-0 is our score through 3 quarters here at Anderson County. Back in 60 seconds with the fourth and final quarter as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. And in our family, we're used to getting involved, and I encourage you to do the same, especially when it comes to caring for your loved ones. When I think about Alzheimer's and the impact it had on my family, I recognize that losing a race isn't such a bad day after all. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
As the fourth quarter gets underway, the Falcons will punt it. Here's Womble. End-over-end kick is going to take a bounce, and it is going to get a nice Fulton roll inside the 40 and down to the 37-yard line. So a nice punt by Womble.
Makes up for the last showing.
Will back up the Mavericks. And that's where AC will have the football. 11:34 remaining in the ball game. 46-0. It's been all Anderson County, and Fulton just offensively has not been able to get anything going. And when offensively you're not getting much going, it takes a toll on the defense. So here's the Mavericks, another new quarterback in the ball game. They're going to hand off to Curriger. He goes over the right side, and he'll be brought down.
Russell, I have bad news for you. We are officially having the worst game of the night. Gibbs on the board, 7-45, with 7 left in the fourth.
Well, we got to do something about that. We got to get some points. Looking at some of the other scores, boy, Maryville was all over Bearden tonight. Going to need my binoculars to see the computer screen.
Let's see.
Back to pass. Going to throw deep middle. He's got a man wide open, and he makes a diving catch at the 44-yard line. Pass is complete, and that'll be a first down for the Mavericks.
The Heritage Mountaineers breaking away with a second-half lead, currently 35-14 over the Keys with 2:35 left in the game.
Central leading West big. That's a second quarter score according to what we see on Coach T. And again, sometimes those scores are a little bit behind. Carter all over Union County. Double twin set. Handoff goes up the middle, not much there. Going to be a loss of 1. As again, it'll be Workman and Noah Lyons. So Fulton still has a lot of their starters in defensively. And again, you don't have a lot of depth, so your starters are your depth. So that's why Fulton still has a lot of the starters in, although there are a few new faces along the defensive line right now. Quarterback going to roll to the near side, looks to run, gets a block, gets to the 40, stiff arms, and will be knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Maddox tack it, and then there's a flag thrown down the field, down at the 31-yard line.
Well, it looks like it's shaping up to be a bad night to be a Patriot. Union County right now currently trailing 63-26 to the Carter Hornets.
Well, they got to be excited about the 26 part.
Not so much about the 63 part.
29-14 Central leading West.
29's an odd
Well,
score.
Central's a good team. We saw that.
Oh, yes, we did see that.
Yeah, everybody's a good team this year. William Blunt's got a good team. They're leading Clinton 42-28. Penalty's going to be against Anderson County. Going to move it back to the Fulton 45-yard line.
Looks like William Blunt looking to have another good week, currently leading 42-28 over Clinton just down the road.
Here's a pass. Deep middle. Complete. Making a diving catch. Ty Page, a freshman, runs under the football, makes the catch down to the 19-yard line. First 10-10 for the Mavericks. 8 minutes remaining in the football game. AC up 46-0. Quarterback drops back. Pressure off the edge. Fulton misses him. Running. Now he's just going to pull it down and will be pushed out of bounds as he gets it to the 14-yard line. And that scamper will net a total of 6 yards. Second down from the 14-yard line. Next week, as we mentioned, we'll be on the road at Gatlinburg-Pittman. Then at home against Heritage. And again, Heritage now 2-0 on the year, as they had their first game against Clinton was shortened by weather. Rolls out, pass is going to be complete. Diving catch down to the 12. That's going to be to Page again. And it'll be third and short. Third and about 2 for the Mavericks as we hit the 7-minute mark remaining in the football game. Ball on the 12. Third down for AC. Quarterback in the shotgun. Handoff, nothing there. Stood up and dropped as the Fulton defense comes through. Walter Williams there for the Falcons.
Well, maybe the magic number is 49.
Along with Demarion Brown. So it'll be fourth down and a long 5 here for AC. So they're going to go for it here with the ball at the Fulton 15-yard line. Anderson County trying to add to the lead. Quarterback is Tackett. Rolls near side, throws into the end zone. Intercepted! Intercepted on the goal line. Great play for the Falcons. Mackay Holmes. It looked like it was going to be complete, and then Mackay came from the backside and stepped in front of the pass, and Anderson County is thwarted in their hopes of scoring, and the Falcons get the interception. First turnover by the Mavericks of the night. And that will cause the Anderson County crowd to say we've seen enough. We're heading for the exits.
Well, you got 5 minutes to engineer a pretty long drive here. Let's see if you can finally get on the board.
Knowing that their team's ahead 46-0 with 5 minutes remaining.
A lot of football left, not that much.
2 receivers to the near side. Fulton moving to the right. Gideon is the quarterback. Holmes, who just had the interception, gets the pitch around the far end. Needs a block. Trying to get to the sideline, will cut it up and then be driven right into the sticks on the far side. So he ran a long way for not much yardage. If that had been the Dicker rod that they used back in the day
I was
of
just
the
thinking you haven't mentioned that
World
yet.
Football League, 1974, that was a metal pole. That would have hurt. And it was a single metal pole. We talked about it last year on the broadcast. You can look it up. One-man measuring stick. Here's Gideon going to throw it deep and intended for Hutchinson, and the pass is overthrown and incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and 9. Yeah, that was an attempt to have a one-man chain crew for the World Football League that lasted like 2 years, trying to compete with the NFL. And they had a device that they used for a short period of time called the Dicker Rod.
Chain gangs everywhere have said they're taking our jobs.
3rd down and 9 upcoming for the Falcons, and we have a timeout. 46-0, Anderson County with the lead. Back in 60 seconds. This is Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
I'll see y'all.
Got some batteries and 2 flashlights.
What's up, champ? I feel like you get taller every time I see you. Congratulations, Brandon.
After the timeout, 3rd down and 9. Handoff to Whittington up the middle, and Whittington's going to blast his way through, and he'll have a 1st down up to the 20-yard line. Big run right up the middle for John Whittington. Kason Landon with the tackle for the Mavericks. And now we've got a player slow to get up across the way. It is a Maverick.
Like it's just a cramping.
Levi Quint shaken up. And he will be able to get off the field under his own power. Looks like he'll be okay. And a fresh set of downs for Fulton, trailing 46-0. With 3:27 remaining in the football game. Ethan Gideon, the quarterback. Drops back. Out of the shotgun. Throws left side. Pass is going to be complete. That's going to be to Dixon, and he spins his way for a 1st down up to the 34-yard line. So once again, Gideon connects with Will Dixon for a 1st down, and the Falcons move the chains with 3 minutes remaining in the football game. Fulton trying to get some points here to close it out. 2 receivers near side. Whittington and Armani Bond are the running backs for the Falcons at each shoulder of Gideon. Jalen Lundy, the wide receiver, to the near side. Back to pass, sacked. Tried to step up in the pocket, and there was nowhere to go for Gideon. Brought down by Landon Wade, number 75. He's a freshman, and he's a big freshman. Two minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the football game. And we apologize. We've had some technical difficulties with the sideline. Communicating with Isaiah Gilmore as they give it to Whittington. Whittington breaks through, and he'll have another 1st down up to the 45-yard line. As the Falcons beginning to find some things in the running game with John Whittington. First and 10. 2 receivers to the right. 1 to the left. Gideon changes the play. Fulton at their own 45-yard line with a 1st and 10. Handoff Whittington. Cuts left, then cuts back to the middle, and he'll be piled up after about a 4-yard gain. As we have just about a minute remaining in the football game. So we won't have a post-game interview with Coach Long just due to some technical issues. So we want to go ahead and thank everybody who made tonight's broadcast possible on WKCS. Robert Sheffield back in the studio. We want to welcome Rain Hill, who helped us out on the sideline with the camera this evening. As here's Gideon back to pass, going to throw down the far sideline. Looking for a man underthrown and incomplete as it was intended for Dixon with 50 seconds remaining. Pass is incomplete, and it will be third down. Obviously, Nicholas Slagle is always the MVP of our video stream, making sure everything works properly here, and we had some technical difficulties throughout the night. We want to thank the law firm of Manny McNish, Jack McCulley, and Trace McCulley for being here doing our pregame, halftime shows, running camera, being on the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, they did everything tonight. As here's Whittington going to be wrestled down at the 50 for a gain of 1. Thanks to Parker Hall for what he does. Isaiah Gilmore down on the sideline as the clock will roll down to 0, and the Fulton Falcons lose tonight to the Anderson County Mavericks 46-0. Fulton now 0-3 on the year. Anderson County, as Fulton will not be able to get another snap off, Anderson County now goes to 1-1, and they extend their region winning streak. Chris Mays was our statistician tonight. Again, thank you for listening to Fulton Football on WKCS Radio. Until we talk to you again next week from Gatlinburg-Pittman. Until next time, this is Russell Mays saying thanks for listening. Good night, Reagan. Good night, Anderson. So long, everybody.